channel. This next one is a shoe review for you, and today I'll be reviewing the Nike ZoomX Alphafly Next Percent. Quite a mouthful.
That's what she said!
This shoe is undoubtedly fast. Kipchoge broke the sub 2 in this. He ran 1:59.40 in Vienna. Obviously it's not a world record, but it just proves how fast this shoe is. To put it into context, that is 8 5Ks back to back, running 14:13, and that's 4:34 per mile, which is absolutely insane. If anyone tried to run that for even 1 mile, you would realise how quick it is. So we talk about pricing. This is probably the main reason why that would sway people away from buying this shoe. Yeah, when this shoe was first released, it was an eye-watering £250. This was the main problem. A lot of people aren't going to want to pay that for a shoe. If you're just a fun runner or just running your first half marathon just for fun or charity, you're not going to want to fork out just for a trainer. I picked these up for 130, I think, in the sale. So that's actually not too bad, £130 for these. If you can pick up a pair in the sale for 130, it's absolutely a steal. I would try and get a pair of these. It's a good investment and it's honestly worth the money. When you hit mile 22 in that marathon, you're going to wish you'd bought a pair of trainers like this, because your calves will be screaming, your feet will be sore, you'll get blisters. So yeah, in terms of pricing, I would say 8.5 out of 10 if you can get them for 130 to 160 pound. If you have to pay full price, I know there's some on the Nike website for 270 pound, I think. The new green ones, value for money, probably 7.5, 7 out of 10 if you're paying full price. So the cushioning on these shoes have got lots of cushioning. You can see from the thickness of the heel, they're obviously massive, but they're actually not too heavy. You've got the Zoom AirPods underneath there. They call these the Zoom AirPods. I've ran trail races in these, I've ran 5Ks, 10Ks, half marathons, and honestly, my feet feel perfect at the end of the race. I feel like even for a marathon, it'll just protect your feet so much. Quite springy, they propel you forward with this carbon plate. I will say 8.5 out of 10, really good, very cushioned shoe, and great for racing, half marathons to marathons. So fit, the front of these, so the toe, I would say is quite a good, it's quite narrow at the front, but I've got quite a narrow foot. The toe feels locked in, and I don't have any issues with the front of this shoe. So moving back to the heel, this is my main problem with running shoes. I find the heel comes away quite a lot. I don't know if I've got quite a narrow Achilles or what it is, but the cushioning at the back of most of my trainers wears away and it gives us issues. But with these, as you can see, Alphafly has an extra padding around the back here, and it's got an extra dedicated bit of foam, which really does make your heel feel locked in, and when you tighten up them laces. So fit, I would say 9 out of 10. So when we talk about grip on these shoes, as you can see, there's quite a lot of grip on the bottom there. This is quite rigid, and it's really good for running on surfaces with like a trail surface or stones. I've run on the beach in these as well, and it's been really good. I prefer the Alphaflys to the Vaporflys when it comes to the bottom. Same with the Adios Pro 3s, they're just sort of smooth, really good for tarmac, but I feel like these transition to the road and the trail. That 4mm drop keeps the shoe more stable when going around corners. They do feel slightly chunky when cornering quite tight corners, but you just need to take your time. You'll not lose much time turning a corner in these. I would say 9 out of 10. So lacing and upper material. The laces on these don't go down the side like the Vaporflys. They're kind of more central. The laces are really thin, look like almost like lace, like some lingerie. Oi oi. This is the Atom Knit upper. Feels very light, very breathable. I wouldn't say it's as waterproof as the Vaporflys though. So in a marathon that might cause issues if it gets wet. I think in the Alphafly 2s they've addressed this problem and they've made it more water resistant. They've saved a bit of weight in the upper because the shoe's only 210 grams or 7.4 ounces if you're American. It is quite a big shoe, but all that cushioning is what you really need just to prevent injuries. I would give that 8.5 out of 10. How they feel. So this shoe has a customised carbon plate which is scaled to the shoe size. This means everyone has the same propulsive feel no matter what the size is. So it's sort of scaled up and down depending on the shoe size. It's very bouncy and chunky, and the carbon plate working in tandem with the ZoomX foam and the AirPods gives like a snappy sensation with every stride. The Nike Alphafly stack height is 35 in the forefoot and 39 in the heel, so it's got a drop of 4mm. In terms of feel, I would give this a 9 out of 10. When it comes to racing, I would say that they are slightly chunky for a 5k. You can get away with it, because I've just raced a 5k trail race and I ran 15:49, which is quite a fast time really, considering it was quite hilly and it was -1. But I wore these shoes and they were great. Anything from 10k up to marathon or ultra marathon is absolutely perfect for these. They just come into their own. The extra cushioning and the carbon plate and the pods working together just... So I would say for racing, 10k and above, 9.5 out of 10. Anything faster than 10k, maybe 9 out of 10. Still great, just not as good. So a comparison to other models, well, I haven't really tried many other super shoes apart from the Adios Pro 3s, the Vaporflies and the Carbon Hoka Rockets. The only other shoe I would say that's up there with them is the Adios Pro 3s. If you want to do a 5k and you can get a pair of Vaporflies cheaper, then go for that option. These Alphaflies are just so versatile, you can use them for anything. I've done 200 meter reps in these and ran 27 seconds. So they're quick enough to do that. The Adios Pro 3s really are good. I'll do a review video on them next week and I'll show you how good they are. But so would I recommend buying these shoes or not? If you can get them in the sale, 100%. Don't pay full price. Don't go on the Nike website and buy the new colourway, which is the green. You're just paying for the colour. I went for the pink option because it was £130 in the sale. I could have got a white pair that would have looked better, but it was £190 I think at the time. Yeah, Alphaflies is a yes from me. Great shoe, and honestly, if you're doing any distance, 5k up to marathon, you can get away with this shoe. Thanks for watching. If you can like, comment and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one.